You know how this works. Talking to Rod Alberts. Rod, what's the significance of the drive home?
You know, it's an idea created that brings together a great auto show that we have in Detroit with all these new cars and concepts, and bringing home all these cars that were probably built in Detroit 50 and 60 years ago. Here they've been traveling for all these years and away from home, and now they're going to drive home over 3,000 miles to make it back to Detroit in time for the North American International Auto Show. So it's a great partnership all the way around.
But these are classics. I mean, you're dealing at the auto show
Yeah.
with brand new cars and concepts. I mean, what kind of a match is that going to be in Detroit?
Well, you think about the heritage too. You never can forget where you came from, and that's all a part of it. And here we have this private museum, probably the best of its kind in the world, out here on the other side of the country, and having these cars that were available to come across the country and actually get them ready. Think about this too, those cars had to be prepared. Maybe the windshield wipers didn't work, they haven't been driven that much over the last 50 years, but they were built to be in ice and snow and rain, and we're going to take it right through the mountains, up and down hills, and it's going to be a great journey. But the whole point is, cars were meant to be driven. Let's take them out of the museum, put them on the road, and take them to Detroit.
What will this mean to the 2016 NEIS?
But I look at it from a standpoint that you know, we've continued to make new inroads with the auto show. We've grown it over the last 25 years since we went international. We've added ultra luxury events like the gallery, and you know, with press and industry days. And public days have always been there for 100 years. But adding this on the front end brings together that history we were talking about, and we don't want to forget that. But adding this on, I call it the Mardi Gras effect. You know, you always plan for Fat Tuesday. Well, consider that public days, and we build up for 3 weeks and 4 weeks prior to, and the whole month of January celebrating automotive world and cars and just what a great thing we have in Detroit. So it's a build-up starting here at the museum and driving cross country through the rain and snow to get to the one place that's home, and that's Detroit with automotive.
The three cars that are going to Detroit are absolute classics, each and every one. Do you have a favorite of the three, maybe?
Oh, that's a tough one. You know, these were built, these cars, I looked at the years, and they were built about the same time I was born. So you take a look going back 55 to 60 years. I'll be in the Chrysler 300 today, and it's a bigger vehicle. I'm kind of excited about that. So it's going to be a great, and they look so much different than the cars we have today, but the styling on these cars are beautiful. But all three cars are one of a kind, and you know, we put them out in the rain and snow, and they're worth a lot of money too. They're perfect condition. So I'd say the 300 for me, as the one I'm in today, will be the key one for me that I'm excited to see.
How will the folks in Detroit participate in this event?
Well, when we arrive on the Wednesday or Thursday, depending on how the weather goes, I guess you could look at too, before the press days following, you know, we'll have a celebration once we arrive. We'll be in Birmingham, right there on Woodward Avenue, which is the old stretch of highway and run where we have the summer Dream Cruise too. So we'll have somewhat the winter Dream Cruise, you might look at it that way. But I think the celebration we have there with a lot of car clubs coming together along the drive that we have coming cross country, and when we get to Detroit, will be a part of that. But I know there's going to be other celebrations too, with a parade down, or the drive through Woodward Avenue downtown, a press conference, and then finally, on Friday night, I know Dan Gilbert, who loves this whole thing, and he's got the Rob Report involved, is going to be a big part of that too, with some celebration in Detroit.
Would you like to see a car museum in Detroit of this caliber?
Would love to see one. You know, I think it's great to have pockets of small, different brands of cars in different areas, but to have one big museum that really gets that history and that rich history and heritage, I think it's something Detroit needs. We want to be the future of cars too, with the concept and technology and you name it. But let's bring it all together and have this be a part of it.
I'm going to do one separate piece for the folks at Mama in Chicago. Now, this thing is passing by Chicago, as you know. So what I'd like you to do is maybe invite all the Mama members, Midwest Auto Media Association members, who are centered in Chicago, to come over to Detroit's you know, media days. And if you could, just say so. Well, what do you have to say to the members of Mama in Chicago? This event's going to pass right through Chicago.
Well, consider the fact too, we have others involved with this, like State Farm and Michelin. I mean, it's a whole family of a group and entertainment. And from a journalist side, I think just not with the cars, but all this other involved, if you're within 5 or 6 hours of Detroit, whether it's Cleveland or especially Chicago, which is a car town of all car towns outside of Detroit, and you're media, you need to be in this ride coming through. And I invite every journalist that's in automotive or non, or just the lifestyles, whatever it may be, out of Chicago, to be a part of this great run. It's our Gumball Rally, and when we come through Chicago, I challenge you guys to come be a part of that.
And one more thing you may or may want to do, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm going to put a piece together for the Chevy Nomad. I'm going to have people sing "See the USA" in your Chevrolet. I'm going to get a lot of credit.
So what do you want me to do?
Just sing the "See the USA" in your Chevrolet.
You want me to sing it?
Yeah.
You ready?
I'm ready when you are. You can look at the camera if you want.
Is it "See the USA" in your Chevrolet?
Right.
Okay.
Da 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 whatever.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Ready.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. Da 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 da.